Jimmy Kimmel, you can go shove it. Let me tell you, brother, when you rag on Aaron Rodgers in the exact same way, you do not receive special permissions or qualifications or protections over your own stupid arguments. You put Aaron Rodgers' family in danger when you engage in the same public discourse he does. So you know what that means? Danger for you and your family is a normal part of life. Grow up, stop crying about it, and if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, because nobody likes you. You're on TV because the corporate press puts you there. That's about it. But I tell you this, you take someone like Jimmy Kimmel, you take him off his show, forgettable. It's forgettable.
He's the anti-comedy. He's the guy I know him from wearing blackface, right? That's the guy who wore a lot of blackface back in the day.
That's it.
You make a great point, Tim, saying that Jimmy puts Aaron in the same danger that he's accusing Aaron of putting him in.
It's what these woke people do.
I would say that Aaron would be in more danger. Steve Scalise was shot. I can't remember the last time, I guess Gabby Giffords, but the last time a Democrat politician was shot. It's the left-wing wackos that go and assassinate people.
Dave Chappelle was attacked by a left-wing wacko.
There you go.
So that's another big story that we got is we'll bring up in just a little bit. The Dave Chappelle special, The Dreamer, comes out. And, everybody's talking about his opening joke where he's talking about Andy Kaufman, Jim Carrey, and says, he talks about trans people, and it's going viral for this reason. But what nobody's talking about is he does a very long segment in his special about how a fringe or an LGBT person tried to kill him. And that's kind of crazy. We watched the special, and he's like, this guy jumped up on stage, lunged for me. They said he's got a gun. Someone tries to disarm it, realized it was actually a secret knife. And this guy apparently was part of the LGBT community who was offended at what Dave Chappelle had said. And I'm like, yo, this stuff's crazy. So anyway, we'll get into all that stuff because we do have stuff to pull up on the Dave Chappelle thing. But it's the funny thing about what Jimmy Kimmel does. Jimmy Kimmel basically said of his friend, and a friend of ours, Dickie Barrett, he said he hoped he would die.
Wow. So
Dickie refused to get the vaccine, gets fired. And he said he's been friends with Jimmy for decades. And, he was praising Jimmy Kimmel. But I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Jimmy Kimmel said on his show, it's real simple what you do. The people who don't want to get vaccinated and like that horse paste stuff, you say, get out, you don't get treatment. And the people who get vaccinated, they get the treatment. And I'm like, he's advocating for hospitals kicking out dying people because they don't believe in your worldview, because they don't follow. Dude, the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. Yep. I'm wondering if that applies to you must save somebody. Like, would doctors be like, I'm not going to save you? No, I don't have to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm not going to save you either. It's just disgusting, the kind of person that you have in the corporate world and the corporate press. But I will say, as much as social media has been bad in a lot of ways with like TikTok, the algorithms and all that stuff, at least shows like this can exist, and we can call out, we can exist to the extent that we can point out how psychotic Jimmy Kimmel is. And I will tell you the good news, because I want to ask you guys this about your holiday. But I go to Christmas, and Thanksgiving was similar to this, but Christmas was wild. And I'm talking with people, and they're all saying, I know. Yep. And I'm like, I'm getting people being like, what do you think is going to happen in November? Because regular people in the suburbs are now being like, I don't know how this election could even happen. I don't know what's going to happen in this country. And I'm like, I'm glad you are aware to a certain degree that there is something going on, because you'll get these trolls on Twitter and they'll be like, nobody cares about this stuff. Regular people don't care. Go touch grass. Homie, I went and touched grass, and the people were freaked out.